questions, please.
Tim, were you happiest with the 34 or with the 2?
With the win. Just with the win.
Tim, can you remember a better performance from an Australian team?
Not in my time. I'm not going to comment on others, but although they've been a great side, and we've sort of said to Smithy, we've grown old together, me as a coach and him as a player. But that the seniority in the team today really stood up. I think all the senior players, young blokes did their job, but apparently we were the oldest Australian side ever to play against England, ever to play. So the veterans stood up today. Yeah.
Tim, in your whole career, where would that performance stand from the team Eagles?
Oh look, I always say first are a big thing, and first grand final, and first wife, things like that.
You are in a good mood.
It's off the record. First World Cup, yeah. Well, what do you say? It was a great occasion. Terrific atmosphere. Fantastic to play at the Field of Dreams, the House of Dreams, as I think they call it, and to have such a great performance from a bunch. Not just the players, but everyone in the group. The players who didn't play were disappointed, stood by us. The staff, to get Billy back on deck. Lots of things, go beyond the scenes. So it was a great team effort.
Cameron, how does it compare with all the things that you've won in the past? The State of Origins, previous Four Nations tournaments and that sort of thing?
Yeah, I get that question all the time, but this is its own thing. I don't want to compare this to Origin or grand finals. This is something that you dream of doing as a kid, of winning a World Cup for Australia. It's every time you pull on this jersey, it's a special moment in your football career, and tonight just couldn't have gone any better for us. We worked hard. We worked hard for the last 4 weeks in preparation for this game, and it's pleasing when that final siren goes. To know that all your hard work is counted for something, and I probably told a little white lie along the way where this didn't mean much against what happened in 2008, but I think standing out on that field after the match, I think a little bit of that disappointment from 2008 was erased.
Is it the most complete Australian performance you've ever been involved with, Cameron, in terms of both attack and defence?
Yeah, I think so. I made that comment out in the field to a couple of people that I can't remember the last time I played in such a complete game of football in the Australian side, and it's been that way over the last 4 weeks. We've played simple footy, we've played tough football, and that's all we did today. There's probably a couple of tries that were a little bit flashy, but the reason why we got the result the way we did today was just rolling the sleeves up and playing tough and playing for each other. You look at first of all, Billy's effort to get back and give himself any chance of playing was remarkable. I think he picked up the man of the match today. That's the first one. Jared Hayne copped a heavy knock early in the game. We thought he was gone, but he bounced back up and played really well. And then obviously, Brett Morris, when he hit that fence, he hurt his hip badly, but he just gritted his teeth and got back up, and he knew he had to play for the team. And that's all today was we were just playing for each other, and obviously playing for our teammates that weren't there on the field with us, and obviously all of our coaches and all of our staff and everyone back home. That's all we did, was just play the best we could for each other, and we got a great result.
What are the doctors saying about Brett Morris's hip since the game?
Between the champagne and the beer, I don't know whether it's even been looked at, but no, he finished okay, I think. They'll be sore tomorrow, there's no doubt, and but recovery's gone by the by at the moment.
Gee, I look like he hit his arm or something.
Yeah, there was a suspected broken bone in his arm, or just at the back of his thumb, but we're hoping that won't be the case. But we replaced him anyway, just to be sure. He was struggling with it. Yeah.
Cameron, do you think this pride in your line is something that you can carry over to next year with the Australian team, and something you can carry over into future Australian teams? Defensively?
After a well-earned holiday, yeah, I think it's something to build on. We're very proud of our defensive effort that we've put together since the first game. We're pretty much challenged by Sheens and David Furner to improve our defence and really be the best defensive team in this tournament. And I believe we've come away with that mantle. And I think it's 5 games now, 5 consecutive games that we haven't conceded a try. And when you're playing a team like New Zealand, I've heard plenty of people say that that's the best New Zealand team that they've seen ever. To come up against them when they're in very good form and not let them cross your try, that's a great effort. And it's something that we can look back on and say, well, we're very proud of that over that 5 weeks.
Cameron, you'll have given the fans back home a great lift, and particularly the Rugby League fans, but I wonder whether what you've done here today will help to lift the cricketers in their pursuit of getting the Ashes.
Well, we knocked you off in the first one, didn't we? Well, I hope so. And to be honest, I got a message from Michael Clark before the match, just saying he and the boys will be watching from home, and they're right behind us. And Birdie actually got a message from Brad Haddon as well, saying that they're right behind us. So. Yeah, look, I hope they turn up in this second test match and really give it to the Poms.
Cameron, did Michael give you any sleeping tips?
No, he didn't. No. Thankfully, we didn't need him today.
Cameron, in your time associated with the team, do you think the sense of prestige around international football has grown over since your career started?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, well, I've luckily been involved in 2 World Cups and several 4-nation tournaments, and every tournament I've been involved in has been a huge success, and there's been a lot of people turn up to the games. That's why I think everyone that came out to all the games throughout this World Cup is it's just so big, and I think every nation that's been involved in this World Cup have done their job to grow the game, particularly over here in the Northern Hemisphere. And I've mentioned before, we played the USA in a quarter-final. That's only got to do good things for rugby league in the US. So, I think the international games in pretty good shape. We've seen the performances from those growing nations over the past 5 weeks. They're getting better every year. So hopefully we can continue playing these tournaments and keep growing the game around the world.
Cameron, how are you going to recover for next season? It's been a hell of a long season now for you.
Yeah.
And next season starts pretty soon with the Auckland Nines in your case. I mean, you're going to be way behind on your pre-season work, I would imagine. How are you going to handle it?
Probably the same way I've done the last sort of 4 years, where we've had tournaments. Well, we had the year off last year, but personally speaking, the club, Melbourne Storm, they do a great job with the representative guys. They give us plenty of time off now. I've got 6 weeks off now until I have to go back to training. And sure, we might be a little bit underdone come the start of the season, but I felt great throughout this whole year. That's why I played every game, and I asked him if I could be a part of every game here. If I didn't feel up to it, then I wouldn't have put my hand up. But this year's been long, but it's for a great cause. We're representing our country, and we've just come away as world champions, so I wouldn't have it any other way.
Just the last couple of questions to you.
Cameron, you were in this position for the Kiwis. I mean, the Kiwis won in 2008. What advice would you give to the Kiwis?
Look, it's very hard to sort of give any advice to someone that's gone out in the World Cup final. I actually spoke to Stephen Kearney after the game, and obviously give him my commiserations and sort of let him know that I know exactly how the boys are feeling. They've had a wonderful tournament, and unfortunately they couldn't get it done. But as you all know, can only be one winner. But the thing about the Kiwis is that they got a lot of young guys in their squad, and you know, they'll bounce back. They're a confident bunch of boys. Obviously, this will give them a fairly big sort of setback for them for a couple of weeks, but it'll make them hungrier next year, I can assure you that.
Ian,
How
Tim,
close
do you-
was Billy Slater to not playing, and what did you think of his performance?
On Wednesday we tested Billy, and staff were pretty confident. They'd been running him, you know, privately up until that point. Wednesday we decided that if Bill was going to play, he had to get bashed, and I mean bashed. We were threw him in tackle suits, and just about everyone had a shot at him in one way or another through the session, including Greg Inglis, who I think secretly wanted the fullback role, but he did throw him around a bit. But Billy came through it the next day, no swelling on the knee, and then I was pretty confident. When we went through Friday, and again he really flew through training on Friday. I think that gave him the confidence as well, and it did me too. However, he in my career, well, my career and my medical staff's career swung on the balance today, I can tell you. But he came through really well, didn't he? And look, his performance was brilliant. But you know, Bill's thrown away a lot of contenders have challenged him. A couple of them are playing in the centres for us at the moment with Jared Hayne and at one stage, and then and GI. But Bill's still premium number one in the game.
Ian, what for you now, Tim? Would you like to carry on in the role, or?
Look, like Cameron, I'm going to have a little bit of time off, and yeah, that's out of my hands as far as the game will decide that. But if it's not for me, then I've had a great time with the boys 5 years, and can't finish any better than with the trophies. We've got both trophies in the cabinet home now, so. But you know, I'm not going to speculate one way or another what might or might not happen. Just at the moment, just enjoy the fact that we've got the trophy in our dressing room.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the ABC here, or do you want to do it
It was
downstairs?
off the record too, by the way.
What, the last bit?
Yes.